Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Romani and I am currently traveling in Costa Rica. I'm living in Tamarindo right now. Today I wanted to make a very quick video, unscripted. I don't have any notes. I want to talk about the day that I've had and some of the microaggressions that I've experienced today and what it brought up for me as far as like my purpose in life of helping Black women and creating safe spaces for Black and brown women as far as it pertains to the wellness industry. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been working as a yoga instructor at an eco lodge in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. I'll be here for the next 2 months. So my experience has been nothing but great. I've had the best time. If you've seen any of my vlogs, I've been having so much fun. Recently, a large group came to the retreat center. The microaggressions are out of this world, and I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't even pick up on them if they're not a Black woman. But if you're a Black woman, or if you're a Black person, or even a brown person, if you're a person other than a white person, then you would pick up on the microaggressions. Many of us have grown up being the only Black person in a wellness space or just in any space in general. But since I'm a yoga instructor, I'm going to speak specifically to the wellness industry. Most times when you go to a yoga class, or you go to a Pilates class, or you go to a cycling class, or just a fitness class in general, or any type of wellness class, you're probably going to be one of 3 Black people. And I'm being generous with 3 because typically it's only 1 Black person. Nonetheless, today I'm standing in line at the cafeteria getting some food, and a woman walks up behind me and she's like, "Ashley, keep in mind, my name's Romani." I don't know, I introduced myself at the beginning of this video. Okay. She's like, "Ashley," and I turn around. She's like, "Oh, I thought you were the other girl in our group." So this woman behind me who just walked up and asked if I was Ashley, let's say she's some type of South or Central American. I don't want to give it a label because I don't really know. But the woman in front of me is white, and the woman in front of me is like, "That's not Ashley." Like, she can kind of pick up on my facial expression, because why the did you just call me Ashley? I wasn't gonna say anything. Like, I was just gonna be like, "No, I'm not Ashley." But in true Romani fashion, I was like, "Who is Ashley? Is that the other Black girl?" And she was like, yes, it's the other Black girl." I was like, "The one with the really long box braids? We don't all look the same." "Oh, I wear contacts." You wearing contacts has nothing to do with you thinking that I was the only other Black girl here. Keep in mind, I work at the retreat center, so I'm not even on their trip with them. So she hasn't even been around me. She's been around Ashley more than she's been around me. She's been around Ashley long enough to know that I am not Ashley when she walks up to me. Ashley has long Black box braids. I have locks that are ombre and they're in twists. So that was number 1 of what happened today. It was just, it's something small. But when you haven't done that to any of the white people here, when you can clearly see the distinction between all of the white people here, but you can't see the distinction because me and Ashley may have similar skin tones, that's some, because me and Ashley's skin tones are visibly different. I don't subscribe to the whole light skin, dark skin thing, but I'm a darker tone than Ashley is. Okay, so a few hours ago, one of the men on their retreat was like, "Oh, like, what's your name again? Remind me of your name." Keep in mind, I've reminded this man of my name 3 times. I said, "My name is Romani. I'm going to give you one more time to ask me that, but after that, don't ask me that." And I said it nicer than I just said it to y'all, but I'm just like, I'm giving you one more time to ask me what my name is, because I'm not going to continue to tell you what my name is. Now, obviously, I know that Romani is not the most common name, so I do give people grace, but he asked me 3 times today and maybe 5 times yesterday. I'm not about to tell you 10 times what the my name is, because you know what my name is. And if you don't know what my name is, it's just because you are not putting in that effort to try to get to know what my name is, because it's not a basic name. So I tell him what my name is, and then another girl next to him is like, "How are we gonna remember that? Maybe like ramen noodles?" Y'all, that pissed me off so bad that I really had to breathe and calm myself down, because in what world would somebody want their name to be compared to an inanimate object or a food? Like, why would that even be okay? Because I know that you don't do that when a white person tells you their name. If a white person says, hi, my name is Brittany, you're not like, how can we remember Brittany? Bread? Like, you're not doing that. You're not comparing Brittany's name to anything. So don't compare Romani's name to anything. Furthermore, it's 3 syllables with 6 letters. It's literally not that hard. And so later on, because we had to do something, but later on I was like, let me talk to you for a minute. And I asked her if she was aware of what microaggressions were. She says that she didn't know what a microaggression was. So I basically like did the best that I could with how I felt to educate her on why you should not compare Black women's names to inanimate objects or food or whatever just because you feel like it's a complex name and you can't understand it or you're not familiar with it. And I was like, you know, you're a retreat leader, because this is the retreat leader that I'm talking to. I'm like, you're a retreat leader and you don't want to have a Black woman, even though there's only one Black girl in their group of like 11, you don't want a Black woman to, you know, come on your trip and feel uncomfortable because you can't even remember her name. She's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to like remember it. I said, have you ever had a friend named Imani? She was like, yeah. I was like, it's Romani. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. I'm like, I don't have time for this. She's like, oh my God, give me a hug. We gotta. And like I said, these weren't the biggest situations, which is why it's a microaggression. It's something small, but it's something still noticeable that you don't do to white people. That gets frustrating, especially as a yoga instructor, because I'm always in a wellness space. And unless I cultivate the space of Black and brown bodies, I'm typically going to be around white individuals. I'm going to be around white bodies who are not used to me, who are not used to my appearance. Like even yesterday, one of the women was like, I just love this. I love everything. You love what? Like, I don't know if she was talking about the vibe, but I was just like, y'all are getting on my last nerve with this. People act like they have never seen a Black person before. I'm editing this video and I completely forgot to even mention this other lady who's from Chile. And she keeps telling me how much she loves the color of my skin and she loves my hair. And she didn't just say it one time. She said it yesterday. She said it at least 3 times. Today, she told me at least 3 times again. But yesterday, she was just like, oh my God, I love the color of your skin. And then today, she was like, oh my God, I love your hair. I just love your hair. And while it can be like a compliment, you don't have to constantly tell me that you love the color of my skin and my hair. It just almost makes you feel like a puppet at a show rather than a human being. Yes, I love compliments as much as the next person. You don't have to constantly tell me though. I made this video to say we need spaces for Black and brown women. And that is definitely what I'm going to continue working towards. If you're new to my journey, I'm the founder of Hip Hop and R&B Yoga. So I started Hip Hop and R&B Yoga in Los Angeles. And it was for, you know, Black and brown individuals to come to a safe space where they could practice yoga and they didn't feel like an outsider. They could listen to the music that they wanted to listen to. They could have the vibes that they wanted to have. You don't got to code switch. You don't have to change how you talk. You don't have to change how you look. You just have to come and be you. And I'm really glad that I created that space, and today just showed me that I want to continue to cultivate that space. So I know that I am traveling right now, but I'm definitely going to make my way back to LA because I need to be the one to create safe spaces for Black and brown women. I need to be the one to create the spaces that I want to see. Before I moved out of LA, I was teaching hip hop and R&B yoga classes, and I'm going to take a trip back to LA in October. So I'm going to teach a hip hop and R&B yoga class on October 5th, which I'm very excited about. But I want my mission and my purpose to go even further than the hip hop and R&B yoga classes. So I don't know if that means workshops or retreats or, you know, I don't know what all of that entails, but I know that traveling one day is gonna have to come to an end because I don't want to say that it's gonna have to come to an end, especially if I start doing retreats, but I'm saying traveling is gonna have to come to an end one day because I know that I want to go back to LA and I want to take the community that I've built and even the people who constantly, you know, are joining my community, and I want them to have a safe space. And, you know, even my students from LA, they're asking me like, when are you coming back? We haven't had a space like yours since you left. And I you know, of course I want to travel and I want to gain all of these new experiences, but it's nothing if I'm not helping the community that put me in this position, the community that came to my classes and made me the yoga instructor that I am today. Today really helped me redefine my mission and redefine my purpose. I'm definitely going to continue doing my hip hop and R&B yoga classes for Black and brown people, but I want to add even more to that. Just even like community events in LA, I don't know, I need to think about it. If you are in the wellness industry anywhere, but especially in LA, please reach out if you want to do something, if you want to collaborate, just because we need spaces for people who look like us so that we don't have these experiences, these damn near traumatic experiences of people not understanding who we are, where we come from, what we're about. Like, sometimes you just want to be around people who just get it. You don't want to have to explain your hair. You don't want to have to explain your name. You don't want to have to explain where you come from. You don't want to have to explain the way that you talk. You just want to come and be. And so that is what I want to do for the community. And if you are in the wellness industry and you are a Black person, a Black woman, a Black man, make sure you spread the word about wellness to your community. Make sure you create the safe spaces. Make sure you create them for Black and brown people, or just Black people, or just brown people, or whatever community you are a part of. But there's already so many things for white people that white people dominate, and we have to do something that feels good to us so that we can change the narrative of our lineage, because for so long we were not afforded the luxury of therapy, of yoga, of fitness, of personal trainers. Many of our ancestors were, you know, enslaved people. Some of them were free, but still treated less than. So this is the first time that our people are really having the access and the resources that we need to elevate higher. So if you are in a position to help people elevate, then that's what you need to do. I feel like I've been rambling, but I got out what I needed to say. Thank you for watching this. If you live in LA, I'm going to drop the link to my hip hop and R&B yoga class for October 5th. There are currently 10 spots left. So if you would like to come, make sure you get your ticket. And let me know how you feel about this conversation in the comments, what you want to add. Maybe I missed something. Maybe you have a different take on it. And just remember to create the spaces that you want to see. And I will see you in my next video.